Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oil news in 25 minutes. Take a look what's happening on S&P. S&P in excruciating pain before oil news, as we knew it would. Why away? For exact same reason, as oil reminded you. When price comes to reversal zone, expect reversal. This was oil news last week. Levels present in front of you, weeks in advance, respected last week. Last week we had extremely bullish news, 3-4 times undersupply of oil. I warned you before oil news release. Who cares about news? This is Fibonacci resistance. Do not buy near. This is what price had done. Reached reversal zone on Monday morning. And this is where price reversed. Level identified weeks in advance. This morning, oil opening up again at decision point 1. This is the most important resistance you will ever find. Do not buy near this level. This is a brick wall. This is exact same place where price struggled at last week. If you know where Fibonacci levels are, if you know that Fibonacci levels are drastically more accurate than news event will ever be, drastically more accurate than artificial indicators will ever be, because Fibonacci is the only natural, predictive mathematical sequence in the market, you will never trade anything else except pure price and Fibonacci. As I always convert hourly chart to 1-minute chart before the news, so you can see the accuracy of the method to the tick. Hourly chart is your trend levels. Hourly chart levels you use on any chart you will choose, from 1 minute and higher. But if you choose to trade with institutions, you absolutely adding daily levels to your chart. Daily chart been present in the trading room since early 2016. Look at that. Quite a spectacular reminder, OPEC production cuts, OPEC meeting on April 12th did not mean a thing. Oil collapsed thousands of points until this Fibonacci support and continued further down. If you remember the importance of this support in the months of May, please do not ignore where oil stepped in from multiple times in the months of July and August. This is Fibonacci resistance. Never buy near. And again, to the tick, you will see this in a play on your day trading chart. Identical formula each and every day. Doesn't matter if you trade 1 minute, doesn't matter if you trade weekly. This is institutional chart. The difference is, this chart been present in the trading room for years. This chart I use when I work with hedge funds and institutions. This chart I use when I present at hedge fund conventions. Remember that? Reversal zone on oil 2016? When I said oil is heading to 55 months in advance? This is a brick wall. This is institutional resistance. This is institutional support. So if you trade with institutions as a day trader and you use your day trading chart, formula remains the same. The only difference, how long you hold your position. Do you hold your position 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 4 years? Do you trade stocks? Do you trade options? Formula remains the same. The only difference, risk management and trader psychology. We have no idea what oil news will be. We know that this morning institutional bias is bullish. We know that this morning is the morning that this minor trend may be broken and price will skyrocket drastically higher. However, you as a day trader do not buy near this resistance. If you do, your success rate drops to 40%. Buy before, not near. That's simple. Identical formula on 1-minute chart as it is on weekly. All the same. Except weekly you have to wait days, weeks and months to witness the accuracy of the method. Go back to 2016 on my blog, on my website, on my YouTube channel and see how many months in advance I predicted that this would be a brick wall. Exact same formula on gold. Chart present in front of you for years. Remember that? Gold sitting at Fibonacci reversal zone for the last 3 weeks, but bounced from this support. Identical formula. All the same. Don't buy near. We don't care what the news will be. We don't care how bullish the news will be. This is a brick wall that's respected by the price since weeks ago. Bullish news did not mean a thing last week. We don't care if the bullish news is now. Do not buy into. If you do, please remember what happens every time. Your success rate drops to 40%. Why or why would you want to trade with 40% success rate? Will never work. Play by the rules and the sky's the limit. Choice is yours. Look at that. Buys remain bullish. Problem is this morning we're so darn high. Will this chart blast through the end of the minor trend and skyrocket? Oil news in 12 minutes. So again, let me remind you. On Monday, August 21st, we were on the bottom at institutional support. You as a day trader buying this market left and right. If rules are met on that historical Monday. This morning we are extremely high. This is drastically different strategy. This is drastically different market. However, if you understand that this is right now bullish bias, you are not shorting this market. You are still buying. Except you are monitoring your position extremely carefully. We are extremely high. Is it possible that method is that accurate? Is it possible it's a brick wall? Remember what we will be watching on oil. Let me remind you, it's exact same level that's been a problem on institutional weekly chart. Do you remember summer of 2016 where price struggled for months? Look at that. Exact same level, except it's 1-minute chart. Shock or not? No reason to wait for days, weeks and months. This is expected, no matter what instrument you trade. This was exact same support on Tesla. Boom, 308 number. Hedge fund manager who is in the course shared video recorded and posted on the website. He shorted Tesla, but he knows extremely well the power of this support. Market is Fibonacci puzzle, except you don't have to wait for days, weeks and months to witness the accuracy. That's what you see daily. This is the most important Fibonacci level ever present. That's exactly the reason I made it so hot pink. Clear on that? Do you know the indicators that will give you that much accuracy? I would love to see one. Does not exist. Remember what we're monitoring on oil? Remember where oil collapsed? We will convert this chart to 1 minute as well. You cannot day trade without this chart, ever. So, here we are, both oil and S&P in exact same place. If bullish trend is measured, this level will be broken. If not, price will crush and burn completely, which is exact same thing it had done on oil weekly. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look what to expect at the time of oil news release. Expectations minus 3 ME. Anything above that number is a bad news. Anything below that number is a good news. Oil, unlike any other news, more negative the number, more bullish the news. More positive the number, more bearish the news. Undersupply, positive, bullish news. Oversupply, bearish news. No matter what the news is, we know extremely well. This is Fibonacci resistance on S&P. This is Fibonacci resistance on oil. No matter what the news is, you are not entering near this level ever. If you do, your success rate drops to 40%. So, if price is collapsing here and news is bullish, you monitor for long here, nowhere near here. Just remember what played out last week. Just to remind you again, last week, extremely bullish news. Remember what happened. How many points did oil collapse? Many. 150. Do you want to buy on the news? Use common sense. Wouldn't everyone be Bill Gates if news meant something? Wouldn't everyone be Warren Buffett if news meant something? If indicators worked? Don't apply Vegas mentality. Don't be trigger happy cowboy. You know the rules. You never buy near this level. Take a look what happened before. How many long trades did not work? Many. Only one worked. One out of many, many, many not. So why would you take a chance? No matter what the news is, you never buy into this Fibonacci resistance, no matter how spectacular and bullish news is. Price retraces lower, you monitor for long. This level is out, price will skyrocket to here. This morning, oil extremely bullish. But this level is a major problem. Do not ignore. Every single tick in day trading matters. Let's go back to 1 minute to witness market at the time of oil news. It's always entertaining. It's never boring. And S&P will remind you all we discussed, Alphys. Boom. Oil news is out. Oh, my goodness, to the tick oil respecting this level. Is that possible? I warned you. What is the news? We don't know. Look at that. Did you ever witness such accuracy anywhere? Pretty please, I would love to see that. How did I know? What is the news? It's very bullish. What in the world is happening? Why is price collapsing? I warned you, do not buy near. I warned you, worst idea ever. Is everyone clear why I love oil news? It never gets old, I promise. And that's the reason traders from beginner to hedge fund trader taking a course. It never gets old, so cool. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen, to the tick price respecting this level, to the tick price in excruciating pain, reminding you every single tick matters, reminding you no matter what instrument you use, accuracy of the method remains the same. And that's the core of the course. New class starts on Monday, August 21st. What you trade, absolutely up to you. Never forget that. All the classes are live, modules are only additional materials. All the information in live classes. Live classes 8 weeks, private mentoring 16. I'm with students 5 days per week. With key classes on Monday and Friday. Thank you, Brian. It never gets old. Market is flawless Fibonacci puzzle, as both S&P and oil struggling immensely. This is a level that's always holding the key. No need to wait for days, weeks and months. You see it instantly, each and every day, in the trading room. And that's the power of knowledge. Buy before, not into. Doesn't matter if it's Tesla, doesn't matter if it's Apple, doesn't matter if it's oil, doesn't matter if it's 1-minute chart on S&P, doesn't matter if it's monthly or weekly. Stocks, options, forex, all the same formula. Clear on that? How did I know that bias is bullish? How did I know that this will be a brick wall? Fibonacci said so weeks in advance, in a play in front of you this morning. And that's how you trade. What you trade is your choice. Formula remains the same. The only difference, trader psychology and risk management. All the details in live classes only.